number 1 in the red helmet for the Weir Toyota Tigers. It's rider replacement Shane Bowes. Next to him in white, riding at number 1 for Belle Vue, it's Freddie Shott. Scott Lamb guests for the Tigers in place of the injured Jesper Olsen, who picked up a knock at Exeter last week. He rides at number 2 for the Tigers. An outside gate at number 2 for Belle Vue, and the yellow and black helmet that's the very impressive Swedish youngster Nicholas Klingberg, and just Killingberg in just his second season of British League Speedway. From the start it looks like Shane Bowes who gets away first. Freddie Shott in second place, and Scott Lamb moves through to third, but up front Freddie Shott's on Shane Bowes' tail down the back straight. Freddie Shott's usually an impressive visitor to Shawfield, and Shane Bowes will have his work cut out to stay in front here. Shane nearly made a mistake there, he just stays ahead. Scott Lamb still third, just ahead of Nicholas Klingberg. Two good races shaping up here. Bowes starting to look a wee bit more comfortable in the lead. But certainly in third place, Klingberg is all over Scott Lamb. Lamb slips wide coming out the third bend. He's still just ahead of the Swede. Klingberg on the inside. He's going to come through this time. Lamb fights back. Down the back straight, it's neck and neck. Klingberg on the inside, Lamb on the outside. I think Klingberg's going to come through and just gets it on the line. A good ride from Nicholas Klingberg. Picks up the third place from the back. But the race is won by Shane Bowes. Freddie Shott second. Nicholas Klingberg just gets third on the line from Scott Lamb. So a 3-3 keeps the scores level after one heat. So it's a very experienced heat number 2. An inside gate in a white helmet, it's Max Schofield. Next to him in the red helmet, Sean Courtney. Rides at number 6 for the Tigers. This is Louis Carr in a white helmet in fact. Max Schofield's in yellow and black at number 7 for Belle Vue. And an outside gate in the blue helmet, Glasgow's number 7, the informed James Greaves. It looks like Louis Carr who gets away first. I think his partner's going to join him down the back straight unless Sean Courtney can fight his way through the inside. So there's nothing in it down the back straight, but I think it's Carr who's just leading from Courtney. Carr slides wide, Courtney coming up his inside, and I think Sean's going to move to the front here. That's good riding from Sean Courtney, he takes the lead. In third place, Max Schofield's coming under pressure from James Greaves. James scored a career best 16 points last home match here at Shawfield. They'll be looking to build on that return for the rest of the second half of the season. But he's going to have to overhaul Max Schofield in this one. He's coming in the outside here. Schofield's still leading down the back straight. Greaves sticking in that outside line. Cutting back now. Schofield in the last lap, still just ahead of James Greaves. Greaves trying to get the power on round the outside. Getting the drive down the back straight, but it's still just Schofield ahead of Greaves. Louis Carr's doing a good job holding up James Greaves. I don't think he's going to be able to pass Max Schofield. It's a good 3-3 for Belle Vue there because James Greaves is right behind. So Sean Courtney wins it. Second place was to Louis Carr. Third place to Max Schofield. That's a 3-3 that makes it 6 points to the Weir Toyota Tigers and 6 points to the Belle Vue Aces. Heat number 3, and both teams have got what look like they could be very powerful pairings out in this one. An inside gate after his win first time out, it's Glasgow's number 4 Shane Bowes. Next to Shane in the white helmet, it's the American riding at number 3 for Belle Vue, Chris Manchester. Tiger skipper David Walsh goes off gate number 3, and an outside gate, it's the one at number 4 for Belle Vue. It's the brother of Louis who was out in heat number 2, that's Peter Carr. Always a very popular and very good visitor here at Shawfield. Shane Bowes looks like he's got another good start. Chris Manchester moving David Walsh wide on the first turn. Walsh trying to fight back, but he's slipped to last place behind the two Belle Vue men down the back straight. Bowes in front. Walsh locks up, as does Peter Carr at the back. I think Walsh is through to third place. And it's Shane Bowes leading, Chris Manchester second. Peter Carr fights back to third ahead of David Walsh, who seems to be struggling. Shane slips wide there, Chris Manchester up the inside. But it's back in third, David Walsh is back through. So again we've got two good races. Chris Manchester coming up inside Shane Bowes in the lead. Bowes on the outside, Manchester keeping it tight. Looks like it's a better corner from Bowes that time, and he stays in the lead. But at the back, there's nothing between Carr and Walsh. Two fantastic races here. Walsh slipping a bit wide, Carr fighting back. I think Walsh still just in third ahead of Peter Carr. So coming around the last turn, it's going to be Shane Bowes who wins it. Manchester second, but I think Peter Carr just grabs third from David Walsh after the third place change hands about 8 times I think in that race. But the net result's another 3-3 I think at the end of the day. Shane Bowes winning it, second place to Chris Manchester, and a tenacious third for Peter Carr. That 3-3 means it's still all square. The Weir Toyota Tigers have 9 points, and the Chatfields Piccadilly Gold Aces also have 9 points. And while most of the people in the stadium seem more occupied with the Open playoff and the Speedway, it's seat number 4 nonetheless. In the blue helmet on the inside gate, it's Sean Courtney, who's a reserve replacement for James Greaves. Next to Sean in yellow and black, it's Max Schofield for Belle Vue. Glasgow's number 1 so far this season with a near 8-point average. Right at number 5, it's Charlie Ermolenko, and it's former Tigers hero Jason Lyons in the white helmet, topping the Belle Vue averages on the outside gate. From the start it looks like Sean Courtney and Charlie Ermolenko get the quickest gates. Jason Lyons on the outside, down the back straight, is going to try and come past Courtney. But it's Charlie Ermolenko leading it. I think Jason Lyons is going to come round Sean Courtney into second, but the Tigers reserve just fighting him off down the home straight. So Lyons again going wide in the dirt, but I think Charlie Ermolenko will look for his partner here, try and take him round. So it's Ermolenko and Courtney. This would be a good scalp for Sean Courtney. He's been absolutely superb round Shawfield this season for the Tigers, and he's built out a bit of a lead over Jason Lyons. Lyons and Courtney were of course former Tigers teammates. But it's looking quite comfortable now for the two Tigers men. They're well clear of Jason Lyons, who was disappointing in his last visit to Shawfield and has really been left trailing by the two Tigers in heat number 4. So a win for Charlie Ermolenko, second for Sean Courtney, third place for Jason Lyons, Max Schofield up the rear. So a good team change from Ian Steele. See our Tigers 5-1, moving them clear by 14 points to 10. Heat number 5, and in the yellow and black helmet off gate number 1 it's Nicholas Klingberg. Next to Nicholas in gate number 2, Tiger skipper David Walsh should be looking to pick himself up after that last place, first time out. Freddie Shott goes off gate 3 in the white helmet, and in the yellow and black and the blue helmet on the outside. With 2 wins out of 2 so far, Tigers Australian Shane Bowes, it certainly looks in for him tonight. It's shaping up to be a close match tonight, with the teams looking fairly evenly balanced, and the Shawfield track certainly looking in much better condition than in recent weeks. And it's David Walsh, I think, has just got the quickest start, although Nicholas Klingberg moves up the inside and takes the Tigers skipper wide. Freddie Shott takes his chance up the inside in the Belle Vue pair are on first and second. Walsh comes underneath Shott hard there, but he loses it and slides across the corner. Shane Bowes this time at the back. I think he got taken out by a skipper there on the first turn. So the two Belle Vue men are very fast when they get ahead, and the Tigers are making no impression at the moment. In fact, Shane Bowes has stopped at the back, so it's up to David Walsh to try and do something about Freddie Shott and Nicholas Klingberg. David's really not looking the same rider we usually see at Shawfield. He's a long way behind Freddie's shot in the last lap. And barring mechanical failures, he's not going to catch these two Belle Vue men. So it's Nicholas Klingberg. He comes off the 4th bend to win. 2nd place to Freddie's shot. David Walsh, a poor 3rd place, and he'll be disappointed with his start so far. That 5-1 to the delight of Freddie's shot certainly seems ties the points up again now. We're Toyota Tigers are 15 and Belle Vue looking to end that 4-year unbeaten run. They've got 15 as well. So heat number 6 on the inside gate in the blue helmet, it's Tigers guest Scott Lamb. Next to Scott in white, Jason Lyons, who was disappointing in his first ride. The impressive Sean Courtney goes off gate number 3 with 2. A win and a paid win so far. On the outside gate in yellow and black, it's Louis Carr. From the start it looks like Scott Lamb who gets away first ahead of Jason Lyons and Louis Carr. Sean Courtney trying to cut back up the inside, and I think he's moved through to 2nd. A fabulous first turn from Sean Courtney. If Scott Lamb stays on the outside line, I think his partner could come through here. But it's Jason Lyons in 2nd place. Scott Lamb in the lead, Sean Courtney 3rd. Lyons will be trying to catch Scott Lamb, and he'll certainly have a chance, I think. Although Sean Courtney will put Lyons under pressure, I think, for 2nd place. Lamb still leads, Lyons right behind him, down the back straight for the 2nd time. Scott Lamb, I think, leaving a gap on the inside, but he's just got enough speed to hold off Lyons. Lyons on the inside this time, comes hard under Scott Lamb, and he moves to the lead. A mistake, I think, from Scott Lamb there. There's no problem in 3rd place because Max Schofield stopped, but Jason Lyons wins it. A good overtake on the last lap. 2nd place, I think, was Sean Courtney. Scott Lamb 3rd. An important win for Jason Lyons. Keeps the scores 3 points apiece, keeps the scores all square. The We're Toyota Tigers on 18. And the visiting Belle Vue Piccadilly Gold Aces are also on 18. Still nothing between the teams as we go into heat number 7. An inside gate in white, it's Belle Vue's American Charlie Ermolenko, Chris Manchester. Next to Chris in red, it's his good friend Charlie Ermolenko. Peter Carr's in gate 3 and James Greaves replaces Sean Courtney in the outside gate. It looks like Manchester just gets the fastest start. Ermolenko trying to come in the outside, a big mistake from Peter Carr. He takes a big tumble there. And the red lights come on with the 2 Americans battling up front. Peter Carr's still on the track. The riders are seeing the race has stopped now. We hope Peter's alright. A nasty tumble there. So it's a rerun of heat number 7 without Peter Carr, who we're glad to say was able to walk off the track but unfortunately was excluded from the rerun. So it's Manchester, gate 1, next to him Ermolenko, and the outside gate it's James Greaves. And it looks like Dookie Ermolenko, I think, is fastest away this time. He sits in his countryman round the first corner, it's Dookie who leads down the back straight. Manchester fighting back, but I think Ermolenko's just can see clear air in front of him, and he'll be going for it now. Dookie's certainly mastered Schofield in recent weeks, and he's pulled out quite a lead, and in fact James Greaves is starting to put a wee bit pressure on Chris Manchester, although he'll have a hard job to pass the informed American. But James going for it around the outside. He's not a million miles behind as they go into the 3rd lap. James still making ground, but I don't think he's catching him quickly enough to really challenge Chris Manchester. Renton is too far behind to worry Dookie Ermolenko. So it's a win, I think, for Charlie Ermolenko. That's Dookie's 2nd win out of 2. Chris Manchester finishes second behind his compatriot, and in third place it's James Greaves. That's a 4-2. The Tigers are back in front. They've got 22 points. Belle Vue are back on 20. Number 8, and team manager Ian Steele swapped the reserves around because this time Sean Courtney replaces James Greaves. He rides in the blue helmet off gate 2. Inside Sean in yellow and black, it's Max Schofield. In the white helmet, gate number 3, Nicholas Klingberg, who's Bellevue's, surprisingly, is Bellevue's one of only 2 heat winners Bellevue have had so far tonight. And outside it's Tigers guest Scott Lamb. And it's Max Schofield is away first, Sean Courtney lifted badly. Scott Lamb tried to fight his way around the outside, and I think Scott can dig it to the front, but it's Schofield down the back straight ahead of Courtney. Courtney drives hard under the Belle Vue reserve. Schofield, I think, still ahead though. Courtney down the home straight, and I think he's coming through. But Courtney comes down the first bend, and the race will be stopped, and I think Sean will have to be excluded there. And indeed, his blue light comes on. A very rare occurrence, Sean Courtney falling off. Well, the 2 men are still on the track. Sean Courtney looks alright, but Max Schofield lying injured. We hope Max will be okay. So the rerun of feet number 8 without Sean Courtney, it's Max Schofield, Nicholas Klingberg and Scott Lamb in the red helmet on the outside. It looks like Lamb has got the quickest start. And it's Scott Lamb who leads round the first bend from Max Schofield, but Lamb locks up. Schofield can't take his chance, and it's the Edinburgh man, guesting for the Tigers, who's leading the way. A 3-3 would be the best the Tigers could hope for, of course, in this one, and since Scott Lamb was last in the first running, they wouldn't really have lost very much if Scott can hold on to win this. But Max Schofield's not very far behind, and one mistake from the Edinburgh man would let the Belle Vue reserve through. So it's a nervous last lap for the Tigers fans here as they watch Scott Lamb in front. He just needs to keep it going here, and he's going to record a victory which would keep the Tigers 2 points ahead. But he locks up again there a wee bit. Max Schofield just too far behind. Nicholas Klingberg in third place as well. But it's going to be Scott Lamb who wins it. Second place to Max Schofield. Nicholas Klingberg third. A vital victory for Scott Lamb. Keeps the rear Toyota Tigers at 2 points ahead. 25 now for them. The Chartfield Piccadilly Gold Aces from Belle Vue have only got 23. Number 9, and it's Jason Lyons in the inside gate. He was a winner last time out. Shane Bowes with 2 wins so far from 3 races goes in gate number 2. In yellow and black in gate number 3 it's Louis Carr, and on the outside Tiger skipper David Walsh still searching for a bit of form tonight. And it's Jason Lyons who's going to... In fact, David Walsh gets the fastest start. But down the back straight I think Lyons is going to lead it. Walsh will try to come round the outside in the third and fourth turns, but I think Walsh is in trouble there and he's come down. A big mistake from David Walsh there. He's stayed on the deck, he's not got up, the race has stopped. I think David will be excluded though, he lost control there. And it's David Walsh's red light who comes on. It's a real disastrous night so far for the Tigers captain. He looks alright, but it's a... Shane Bowes will have a hard job now in the rerun. So straight away it's a number 9 rerun, and inside gate Jason Lyons. Next to Jason, his old adversary and former teammate, the lone Tiger in this one, Shane Bowes. And in the yellow and black, with the outside grid all to himself, it's Louis Carr. It looks like Jason Lyons again who gets the quickest start. Shane Bowes looking for drive on the outside, but Louis Carr's coming up underneath him. Bowes I think's in second place down the back straight. And Shane will have to chase Jason, I think, in this one, because really, Tigers will want to keep their lead. Shane on the outside line, not far behind Lyons. This could be a good race. Blows out in the dirt, makes a mistake there, loses ground. Tries to get drive up the straight. But it's Jason Lyons in front from Shane Bowes. Shane will keeping it wound on and right, making up ground again. Shane switches to the inside now. Striving for every ounce of speed he can get out of that bike. Goes shooting across the corner there. He's still too far behind really to challenge Jason Lyons, and I think Shane would be wise just to settle for second. This will square the match up, I think. And it's a win for Jason Lyons, a second place for Shane Bowes, and a distant third for Mark Schofield, but that'll please the Belle Vue management because the Aces have pulled back level once again. It's now 27 points apiece after heat number 9. So heat number 10, it's Max Schofield, Scott Lamb, Chris Manchester and Duki Ermolenko. It looks like Ermolenko is going to come round the outside from the tapes, but it's Max Schofield in fact who leads down the back straight. Ermolenko will scythe under him into the third corner and go to the lead. Ermolenko's really becoming a master of Schofield and he leads the way now. The Scott Lamb's at the back. The 3-3 would keep the scores level for Belle Vue. They'd be delighted with that in this race. Scott's a long way behind. And a third place for Max Schofield would certainly be a hard-earned point justifying his place in the Belle Vue team. Ermolenko goes wide indeed there, and Manchester comes right up behind him, down the back straight. Duki looking to recover from that mistake on the fourth turn, just ahead now of Manchester. So Duki round the fourth bend, second bend this time he gets it right. He lays down the back straight. And coming off the final turn, it's Ermolenko who wins it. Second place Manchester, third place Schofield. That's a 3-3 for the Tigers. But that's a 3-3. It's 30 points now to the Tigers, 30 points to the Aces. So the score's still all square and this 4-year unbeaten run still under threat. But one man has not been under threat so far as the unbeaten Charlie Ermolenko. Heat number 11, and it's Charlie Ermolenko on the inside gate taking his second ride in the trot. Next to Charlie in yellow and black, it's Nicholas Klingberg. James Greaves comes in as a reserve replacement for Sean Courtney in gate number 3, and on the outside, number 1 of the Belle Vue Aces, that's Freddie Shott. It looks like Ermolenko and Greaves will get the fastest starts as the two-wheel Toyota Tigers they lead into the first corner. James keeps the power on down the outside, and he comes to join his partner Ermolenko at the front. There's Klingberg in third place, just behind Greaves. If the Tigers could team ride this out to a 5-1, it could be a really, really big heat for them. Greaves round the outside, Ermolenko will try and sit on the inside and close the door, but Nicholas Klingberg's right behind the two-rear Toyota Tigers. Ermolenko looking for his partner. Every bend is watching James Greaves, the Americans brilliant team riders of course. And Ermolenko's going to have to be here I think, because Nicholas Klingberg's right behind. So Duki's still full on the inside, James likes to be on the outside. Ermolenko looking about him. Covering the holes round the last corner. I think the Tigers are going to do it. It's a win for Ermolenko, second for James Greaves. A fantastic piece of team riding from Charlie Ermolenko. Brings his partner home brilliantly for a 5-1 to the rear Toyota Tigers. Nicholas Klingberg in third place, tried all the way. But fantastic riding from Charlie Ermolenko. And the Tigers now 4 points ahead, 38 points to 34. So going into into heat number 12 on the inside gate. So far he's been out of touch tonight, but it's David Walsh, the Tiger skipper, always likely to win a race. Next to David in yellow and black, Louis Carr for Belle Vue. Gate number 3 after a tumble last time, but certainly been in good form tonight, that's Sean Courtney. And on the outside gate in white, it's Chris Manchester. 3 second places so far, and I think Chris is just about due a win the way he's ridden tonight. Tigers 4 ahead, remember, and certainly it's going to be a thrilling finish, I fancy, to this one. Remember, it's a 4-year unbeaten home record that's under threat here at Shawfield. David Walsh is a flying start from the inside gate. Let's see if he can do it this time. Walsh around the first 2 turns and he's in the lead from Manchester. The Belle Vue men second and third. Sean Courtney is going to have to do something from the back here. Sean trying to drive underneath Max Schofield, who's replaced Louis Carr in this one. But Schofield in third ahead of Courtney. Courtney trying to get the drive, make a long straight though, but the Belle Vue man cuts him off though. The battle's going to be for third place. I think David Walsh is going to win it. Courtney again looking to try and get out, make a long straight, get the drive on. But Schofield's going to pick up another vital third, I think, if he keeps going here. Just blocking Sean Courtney's attempts down the inside. Well, he's just got to hold out for 2 more bends for an important third place. David Walsh is going to win it in style. With Sean Courtney just trying to get the drive off the last corner. And on the line, I think Schofield just holds on. Great effort though from Sean Courtney. Just misses out, I think. But a great effort from Sean Courtney and another great race there. Every race tonight's had a thrilling finish to it. That one no exception. But if it's a 3-3, it means the Tigers are still 4 ahead. They've got 41 points now. The Belle Vue Aces on 37 and certainly not out of it yet. Heat number 13 and in the inside gate in the white helmet it's Freddie Shott. Next to Freddie in the red helmet it's Scott Lamb. Jason Lyons in yellow and black goes off gate 3, and in the outside gate with 4 wins out of 4 it's Charlie Ermolenko. Could be a really thrilling race here because Lyons and Ermolenko have certainly been the best 2 riders on show tonight. And after a third place, first time out, Jason's picked up 2 wins in his last 2 rides. And with Freddie Shott also showing a ton of speed, this is going to be an important heat. The starting marshal pulls up Freddie Shott, Jason Lyons to the tapes. It looks like Freddie Shott has got his drop there on the inside gate, but here comes Ermolenko around the outside. Shott on the inside, Ermolenko blasting up the back straight, he goes to the front. Second place Freddie Shott, Jason Lyons in third, ahead of Scott Lamb. Scott Lamb on the inside, they'll come inside. Lyons I think is going to move through. Lyons fights back though, and a mistake from Lamb, slipping across the corner, and the Belle Vue top dog moves into a comfortable third place ahead of Scott Lamb. But it's Ermolenko is well clear. The Tigers just need to keep winning races and they're going to win this match. Belle Vue have got to get a heat advantage somewhere down the line. In fact, 2 heat advantages to win. Ermolenko out in front, Freddie Shott second, Jason Lyons third. Jason of course was on the Tigers side when last time they lost at home in the league to Shawfield. This time he's trying to be the man who beats them at Shawfield, but it's Ermolenko doing his bit to ensure that doesn't happen. He collects 3 points in heat number 13, keeping the Tigers 4 points ahead, 44 points now to them, 40 points to the Belle Vue Aces. Freddie Shott in second, Jason Lyons third. Scott Lamb never really in it. Showed for the first lap, but then was left a long way behind. Heat 14 lines up with Sean Courtney in the inside gate. Next to Sean in gate number 2 in the white helmet. Happily back on track after his crash, it's Peter Carr. Peter Carr's great friend Shane Bowes goes off gate number 3, and on the outside gate it's Max Schofield has done a good job for the Aces at number 7. Belle Vue still 4 behind, need to take something from one of these, from this race really. But it looks like Sean Courtney and Shane Bowes will get the quickest starts the way towards the Tigers. It's Courtney and Bowes who lead down the back straight. I think it's going to be Shane Bowes that hits the front. He's on the outside, Sean Courtney filling the inside, Peter Carr in 3rd place. But there's the 2 Tigers well clear as they go into the 2nd lap. Shane and Sean have certainly been impressive so far tonight. Sean a wee bit unlucky to have a crash at heat number 8 when he just moved to the front. They've scored vital points here all season for the Tigers. Peter Carr at the back's pulled out, I think, leaving Max Schofield really too far behind to worry the Tigers. This 5-1 will mean Glasgow can't be beaten, so as long as their bikes keep going, the best Belle Vue could do would be a draw. So coming round the last 2 corners, it's going to be, I think, Shane Bowes wins it, Sean Courtney 2nd, Max Schofield comes home 3rd. That's a 5-1 for the Tigers. They're now 8 points ahead, 49 points to Glasgow, 41 points to the Belle Vue Aces. Tigers needing 2 5-1s for the bonus point, and Belle Vue needing 2 5-1s for a draw. There's still plenty to race for in heat number 15. On the inside gate, it's in the white helmet, it's Chris Manchester. Next to Chris in red for the Tigers, Sean Courtney. In yellow and black off gate number 3, Freddie Shott for Belle Vue. And on the outside, with incredibly only 4 points from 4 starts, Tiger skipper David Walsh. Like Chris Manchester and Freddie Shott have got the quickest starts. David Walsh trying to fight his own. They're coming together between David Walsh and Freddie Shott there. The red lights are on, the race will be stopped. Don't know what the referee's decision will be. Freddie Shott's line still on the track. David Walsh is up, but Freddie Shott looks like he could be hurt there. There's no exclusion lights on, but of course more importantly the condition of Freddie Shott looks to be a worry. So the rerun of heat 15, happily Freddie Shott's able to participate in it. So on the inside gate it's Chris Manchester. Sean Courtney next to him. Gate number 3, Freddie Shott, and on the outside David Walsh. From the start, most of the 2 Belle Vue men are away 1st and 2nd. And it's Manchester who leads down the back straight. Freddie Shott joins and David Walsh in 3rd place, trying to make up ground round the outside of Chris Manchester. The Tigers captain's going to come round Chris Manchester into 2nd place, I think. Excellent riding from David Walsh. Walsh, he seems to have the bit between his teeth now. And he sets off in pursuit of Freddie Shott. But Manchester coming back at Walsh. Freddie Shott still ahead. Walsh on the inside, making up ground. Freddie Shott looks inside him, sees the Tigers captain. Walsh on the outside, he'll try maybe to cut back here inside Freddie Shott, I fancy. Keeps the power on though, because Chris Manchester's not so far behind. Slight mistake there from Walsh. Manchester up the inside. Shott's pulled clear. It's going to be a win for Freddie Shott. David Walsh makes a big mistake in the last turn as Manchester too far behind. So it's a 4-2 to the Aces in that one, a win for Freddie Short. Second place David Walsh, third place to Chris Manchester. So heat 16, and in the red helmet, man looking to secure a full maximum tonight. He's got 5 wins out of 5. That's Charlie Ermolenko. Next to Charlie in white, top scorer for Belle Vue with 8 paid 9 from 4 rides. That's Jason Lyons. Shane Bowes with 11 from 5 rides goes off gate number 3, and on the outside Nicholas Klingberg, he's been paid for 8 from 4 starts. All eyes will be on the rider in red though, Charlie Ermolenko on this one. And it's Dickie Ermolenko that gets the quickest start, and he leads into the first turn. Klingberg on the outside trying to come up underneath the Tiger, with Ermolenko just in front into the third bend. And down the home straight, Dickie Ermolenko leads the way. He slips wide there though. Klingberg sees a chance, but still Ermolenko just in front. Klingberg second, Jason Lyons in third as well, clear of Shane Bowes, has tailed off badly at the back. But it's Ermolenko who is leading it. He really has looked to be just one gear ahead of everybody else tonight. He's been made to work by the Belle Vue riders, but he's always seemed to have just a wee bit in hand. Shane Bowes has stopped at the back, but the man coming around the last 2 bends is the man who's going to win it and complete an 18-point full house. That's Dickie Ermolenko. Second place, Nicholas Klingberg. Jason Lyons third. That 3-3 means it's a 6 points victory for the Tigers at the end of the night. They've got 51 points, Belle Vue have got 45 points, and I think I've got the score wrong for about the last 10 races or something.